Hello, I am Jyotirmay Senapati. Thank you for allowing me to present Bayesian neural networks for uncertainty estimations of imaging biomarkers on the MLMI workshop. In this paper, we wanted to use imaging biomarkers efficiently in post-analysis. The usual process is we have pre-processed data that we fed into segmentation models that produced automated segmentations output. Although deep learning has improved a lot in the last few years, yet the segmentation outputs are not perfect and they contain errors. Hence, we cannot use the automated segmentations in our post analysis directly. We need a quality control measure. It usually happens manually by a doctor who checks if a particular segmentation is good or bad and approves or rejects based on his knowledge. The segmentation he approves goes to post analysis. Now in this process we have two major demerits. The first, the manual quality control is binary and depends on the doctor. What if there is huge data? It will be really difficult for a quality controller or a group of the quality controller to analyze such a huge data. Hence, we wanted to test various quality control measures we have on the different state-of-the-art Bayesian models to test if the manual quality control can be automated and if that improves the quality of post-analysis. In the automated quality control, the main aim is to regularize the effect of segmentation in post-analysis based on its confidence score. Hence, good segmentations have more stake and bad segmentation have less stake in the post-analysis phase. So to test, we used four different state-of-the-art Bayesian neural networks. These are Monte Carlo dropout, fully Bayesian, probabilistic U-Net, and hierarchical U-Net. Bayesian neural networks are capable of generating multiple segmentations for a particular slice, which is needed to measure confidence score. And for that, we use these two confidence measures that are intersection of a union and coefficient of variation. In fact, we use the inverse of the coefficient of variation as that gives the confidence score. The mean of samples generated from the Bayesian model became the final segmentation for us. We used 10 samples per slice for our experiment. We have segmentation and confidence score. We want to use them differently in various post-analysis tasks. One of them is group analysis, where we defined four methods named manual, Bayes, variable, and instance weighting. We had Cora non-imaging features like age, sex, BMI, and diabetes status as well. The manual and Bayes use the same statistical model, whereas in manual we use manual segmentations and in the Bayes we used automated segmentations. In variable we used confidence score as an extra variable, and in instance weighting we used confidence score as an instance weight which regulates how much the loss should affect the training of the model in the backpropagation phase. For training, we used 153 Cora subjects with their non-imaging features. We used regression and root mean squared loss. We presented the regression coefficient of diabetes status in the result. Similarly, here we do disease classification for diabetes status, which is diabetic or non-diabetic. We used an extra statistical model, that is interaction, where the confidence score interacts with the volume from automated segmentation. We used the logistic regression for the statistical model training. We equally distributed classes into train and test set 1,000 times randomly and trained the model on train set and evaluated on the test set. We presented a mean of 1,000 test set classification accuracy scores. For experiment, we use liver as our target organ. This graph shows the die score and variations in die scores. The overall die score is more than 90%, which assures that Bayesian segmentation models has been well trained. Here we can observe variation in segmentation results among the models we use. This shows various plausible segmentation results but not yet perfect. And last, we see there is a significant difference between liver volume for diabetic and non-diabetic patients, which is why we presented diabetic regression coefficient while estimating liver volume in group analysis task to show correlation between them. In group analysis, where we have presented regression coefficient of diabetes status, we found that correlation of diabetes with the volumes is higher in manual segmentation but decreases drastically with automated segmentation. That signifies that our automated segmentations are not good as manual segmentation. Then we incorporate confidence score in various ways to find out that intersection over union as variable improves the correlation, and Monte Carlo dropout as a Bayesian model works best among other models. Similarly, in disease classification, we found that intersection over union again as variable and interactive term improves the classification accuracy, and probabilistic unit works best among other Bayesian models. In another figure where the red contour shows the manual segmentation, the region in white shows automated segmentation from various models and their respective structural uncertainty map below. As you can see, Monte Carlo dropout and full Bayesian is highly uncertain compared to probabilistic and hierarchical unit, as later models have been designed to find out that uncertainty among intra-rater, whereas we have segmentation from a single rater only, hence less uncertainty. Or we can say later models are designed to capture aleatoric uncertainty and the former model designed to capture epistemic uncertainty. At the end, we propose that inclusion of confidence score improves post-analysis result and quality. In our experiment, intersection over union is the best quality control compared to the coefficient of variations. Variation and interaction way of including confidence score improves the post-analysis quality better than other statistical models, and Monte Carlo dropout and probabilistic unit as the Bayesian segmentation model works best in this analysis. Thank you. Let us know if any questions.